Hello guys, I'm super excited that finally we are here into our website design training. My name is Frank Obodo. I'm your instructor in this particular program, and um, you guys are highly welcome. So like I said before, in our training you're going to learn web designing, and by the end of this program you guys are gonna become a professional web designer. You're going to design several projects, which includes a blog. You're going to design a website. You're going to design an NGO website, and finally you will design um, an e-commerce website. All right. Okay. So but before we move into that, I want to quickly run through some introduction of some things, some facts and figures before we go direct into practical. But like I promised before, our training is going to be more of practical than theory. I don't mean to waste your time here. I don't mean to bore you with a lot of words or words and you know but what I want us to do here is to deal on those things that are very important, those things that when you go into the labor market or when you go into the industry, I mean into the profession, I mean those things that you lay your hands in. All right, those things that are needed, those things that you see on day to day you know journey as a web designer. All right, so this is my main focus on this training. There are some platforms that actually you know give more of theory and less of practical, but here I'm going to give you everything, as long as I capture exactly what this particular thing is. All right, I mean what how important the thing is to you. All right, so I know exactly those areas that are very important, those areas that are needed in the field. All right, like I told you guys, I am working on Fiverr, and by God's grace I'm also working another platform. In fact, me and my teams, we are working on some projects for clients, and we have been faced with some challenges. All right, some client actually comes to, not necessarily for you to design a whole website for them, but some of them comes with one or two problems, telling you, since you're a web designer, can you fix this thing for me, can you you know install this thing, or can you upload this thing, or can you work out this thing. So these are the things that are very important. These are the things that we need to put our hands into, and other ones that are also part of it will also come on board. All right, so this is the things I will just run through in this introduction part of the video. So I will show you this. Okay, the first thing I would like to introduce for us is I will just tell us basics of web designing. I'll tell us tools and softwares that are necessary for web designing. I'll tell us essential elements to build a website. All right, so remember, like I said before, I'm not going to make this video, I'm not going to make this training to be a rocket science. All right, I'm going to make it to be very easy, so that even someone that have not done anything on computer before can easily understand. All right, we mustn't need to be very computer literate before we begin to work on any website. All right, so all that is necessary is just for us to have the passion, and everything will start flowing. All right, okay, so the basics of web design. Let me hop into my browser and we start right away. Okay, now in web designing there are some certain things that we need to know about. All right, so the first one is making reference to the World Wide Web, which is www dot something. All right, so this www dot or www it actually means World Wide Web, which is it is the first thing that every website has. All right, so this is the thing that tells your computer that you're trying to find a particular web page or want to find a particular website in the internet. All right, so I'm very sure that most of us are very conversant with this. All right, now the next thing I would like us to know is what is called domain name. All right, so every website in the internet has a domain name. All right, so I'm going to quickly run to my own website, which is FCO Innovation. Okay, all right, okay, this is my website, FCO Innovation. So as you can see here, we have the World Wide Web, which tells the computer that you are requesting to, or you are requesting for a particular page in the World Wide Web. All right, so this makes it possible that everybody in any part of the world can locate the can locate a particular website. All right, provided that that website is hosted in the internet. All right, okay, so now the other part is this thing called domain. Domain name actually, or domain identity actually is talking about the address of every website. Do you understand? So imagine you living in Lagos. So when you talk about Lagos, you're talking about a state, all right? But when you break down the street and the house number, you're not talking about the particular address which you can be found, or where you can be found. All right, so www dot does not actually make meaning to computer. If you just type www, you are just trying to you are just telling computer to go to the internet. But when you become more you know when you become more descriptive by telling the computer where or which part of the which particular website that you want it to go, then the computer will not locate it quickly. All right, so this thing I showed you now is what we call domain name. I'm going to show you another example of domain name, which is okay, let me just use normal normal addresses. Another one is Google. All right, so this is Google. If you want to open Google, do you know that Google itself is a website? Do you understand? So the website of Google is www.google.com. All right, so another one I would like to open, let me just open Fiverr. All right, it mustn't put www, as long as you just put .com. All right, okay, let me put www. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. So um every website that is existing in the internet has a domain name. All right, so this one is fiverr.com. So Fiverr is actually the name of the company that has this website. All right, so while Google is the name of the company that has this website that we are into, while FCO Innovation is the name of the company that has this website that we are seeing. All right, okay, so having a domain name is very, very essential. It is very, very important. It is very, 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 very vital in designing or building a website. So anytime you want to, or you have a client that wants to that wants you to design a website for him or her, one of the first thing you ask the person is, do you have a domain name? All right, or you ask the person, what is your business all about? If the person says that my business is in laundry, do you understand? If my business is a laundry business, then you can now say, okay, no problem. What name do your laundry business has? All right, then from it now you now know how to craft a I mean a domain name for the person. All right, okay. Now another thing is .com. All right, so any website that ends with .com is trying to talk about the activity of that particular website. So .com means .commercial. All right. We have .com.ng. I think I have a website that's okay. Let me just log into one of the school websites. Let me just say um okay, let me just log into this website. That is JAMB website. So this is JAMB. So now JAMB is a government. I think although it is more of an institution, but I think it has some things to do with the government. All right. So this one ended with .gov.ng, as you can see, .gov.ng. That is portal.jamb.gov.ng. All right. So this particular website is not a commercial website. Are you with me? So it is a website that is that its purpose is not, although it is, there's no business that that is not built to make money, right? But they are trying to be specific. All right. So JAMB is a government website, and NG means that it is in Nigeria. Do you understand? So it is more specific. All right. So while my own is also specific because it is .com, which means it is a commercial website. It is a website that is run to make money or to do business. All right. Then Google is also a commercial website. All right. Although they are not selling things, but they have their way of making their own money. Right. So Fiverr also is a commercial website. All right, because it's ended with .com. So some other terminologies in finding in hosting a domain name is we have .org, like I explained before, that we have .org, .org. All right. Then we also have .net. .net means network. We have I think we have .io and the rest of it. All right. So don't forget, these things are very, very important. But I must tell you that the most popular domain ending is .com. All right. .com. Then some guys that actually has a website, maybe the website they are hosting, they bought a cheap website, web design or website hosting, and then domain name. They bought it with lesser amount. They actually ended up having .com.ng or .com. The name of the country. All right. So it depends on what the individual wants and where he or she is going to. All right. But .com basically is for commercial. All right. It's talking about the aspect of that website, what the company that owns that website is actually doing. All right. Okay. So that is it for now. So the next thing for me to explain now is I'm going to explain the tools and software that we are going to use in learning this web designing.